Roger TD Wills aba kansa sa enso na Kennedy Donko enso so atumi aba kansa de enkomo twetwe no sha se de ma Amerifo ma akwa ba
ya je so dache
wo hode
twede amponyankopon adaroma ene so far o hwe the way MPP ye de nyoma etoto akwan mu na ye chocho din e beka se nyankopon adaroma bibia ekotochen badache onim bibi kosopa wo MPP and I want to use this opportunity na memmo the national executives for Agaso the national executive no omo adadwen hu se edin twotworo no obi wo hono ma ebia because of bibi menu miensa binti no wabedi kufu froso ana okodi kufu froso and intino on say the party is demanding say enkabeya kotwe odin obi a oto aba but obi wo hono ma ebia school ebia adwuma and I say ebia yebi na just a period be aba this month we free ni krom and I be oto aba and based on that no at the end of the day the person no want me and control within this 1 month period. So party no edit online registration aba and actually ama system they say I have for come well till dem na what me I register ho but they be here just voters ID ukra voter ID no Ghana card pe no I say wa call internet so no I search it no I registration come and process no so den so far as we will be our smartphone kwana betimi ayusu sir that's me for kwan so na mencha the new patriotic party within the Banda constituency so far so good and I know say registration no am focus so pa that's you see inka this week na see na otwumna bibia ekoyie until say eja the flag bearer of the NDC and make a comment be na at the end of the day na fact I was so
flag bearer.
Oh yes. And that's the flag bearer of NDC.
I don't want you to na.
That's it. Now, the question you the catcher. No, be a what I say campaign across the length and breadth of this country. One and catch say flag bearer.
No, see,
I am offer.
See, I can't be a flag bearer. Not to say you're true, you know. So, a flag bearer hopeful.
That's it. Hopeful, but where hopeful be anka home. Now, be a what me catch so be no better contest in election. Then I tell us that. So, the man can say, Nanka, we can make a cockama, so flag bearer make that comment. You see, party open recruitment say obi a person when your security agency in Ibiano just apply to go and me best na beka the scam aspect of it or the Ponzi scheme aspect of it which at the end of the day me who say you as a podcast party me say untimi emfani padodo na and so open and what build up more to honum na obi a apply bi sikado do na your friend saying country we anya dache your boy of people it doesn't have an end and people were complaining and people have that right to complain say adie na ekoso no anya de be boy man no and then we enkoti a kwansini na a whole chairman of the NDC party I catch a Ghana for say and now the people no mama apply to these security agencies, you know. Who catch them say ye form nyina eba into that agencies no and security office now. There's no way at the end of the day omenya omo a omeden. Ombedi boni achi omo. And I ask myself that say ye wo on mine na say ye cheche nan timamufo na the youth within the country. Ayo ma dwen some person almost serve this country asema wo kan kire omu dachi oma ye dachi mo ba yin so we are brand that means we need dachi bia oma because asema okay so kasa we make a simple deduction from it e be ka say ene ni odwia ne say e say ye jai a man te mo nya adwuma say bia mo go di bone because don't forget and sir ene adwuma no the be bia that person has to survive anything the person can involve in a certain activities and actions e be call against your friends state no and at the end of the day state in channel did that media such statement na the chairman of the new NDC no you best no omra me patch he has to come and apologize to the youth of this country because enya bone say me can anase me nua bia ya adwen so obesom man no na de ene do ka say employer yenyo bia enche no this was a statement I was so surprised.
Is it not the obvious truth that in the whole Ghana police service we have about 47,000 people? If you are supposed to say employ 100,000 people in police in Kwan, as we see the current situation, you have 47,000. Now you have employ 100,000 at the go into the police service. Sankroford, see a form munina. She said you will be a police. I said, will be a police. Many more. Some police for no bed.
That's it. Ghana, your population is saying we are around 34 million. 34 million. Now, so over 100,000. What for them? No problem to say. Nanga say your friend saying, Chama be catch say. Sebi yene shemabo. Say ye bad, ye be bima afam mo be yejuma. Nemum at this moment, yentimi from ojumam. A simple make that statement so that ye a youth the better here. Baba can say a family na ye no bia ye no bia unko. What kind of statement is that?
But I say, my mama kwaba.
Tachini. Mami fa kwenye suye nchi His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. Mincha na British Chair Professor Jenana Opoku Ajima. Na mincha all government appointees, CEOs, MMDCs, mayors, ne omodi omonyansa ne omonimdie ni na abo omane chido maban ne tumi afa ne ntuma pa efura. Na mincha sa no me fama no see without greeting my own fathers, their white brothers. Na incha titiri nkoma kwesi ahoya Ghana pa no say onkoye ambassador to Serbia. Na Michiasano, into information without acknowledging the work and the strategic leadership of your party chairman, Adudona Nimno as General Mosquito. Or the Saturn Eminiana MPP for Munsono. In fact, he is living a life at the MPP dreams of having his nature in future. Now, the Diangasa and Honorable Johnson, Asiedu Inketia. But in Saturn Emania, the MPP know the slogan, shine, shine. Now, Minia, Bemaya, or Timmy, Sabin Kunsu, Kasai. Now, me expect to say, and Kaoka or more registration or course for a can party as some now, baby or Koto Fire. Dachi, Mira who am a Minia Bemai. Because Nanka Utie Obi Asem, and I am come now the Abeka Asem, Nanka so tinin now, so that you get the knowledge no wenya engineer be kasa. As a matter of fact, stamana ye party chairman odi in komono ana okasa na me betina obi ntina me bisa ne say of a video na me wona chipe of a video no etie the full video and I say otie pata omokati na I'm not surprised say MB before omo tactics subaina omo dey politics no enwana omuguso ewom omansakra momu se abunsamdwem da ho twen omo na dachi with statement I want make sisi say Honorable Johnson Asiedu Nketia ekan in commodity mu no ka say be 500,000 people and I apply for police just like you rightfully said your population 50,000 already. Those in the service that I know, 50,000 cry and do. That's how can you employ more than the number that is already existing? Knowing the resources at your disposal. And now, so I can say, Bebrena, even a mom was service in Musiciano, Bebrena, Omuko police, not because they want to go into police, because a Juma anyhow, na Nkofo, Epese, Omunya. A secure job here, ebe more some kind of livelihood. Anything be na eco police. You know, they want something to hold body. Nigeria and Ibeka say something to hold your body. Anything be na eco police. Now the resources no any readily available. Say, Ibeka say ye recruit. Ebia 50,000, even the numbers that you can say you recruit 100,000 krana Do you know what that means? That means that you need 300% times the budget are already running the police service. Because that's over 200%. Mu recruitment. Mu recruiting from party head office. No advertisement. Mufa yene say reset justify your inclusion. Nanka o try say ya o kana nanka waksan so aka say osan ka say ya enye recruitment no protocol nti na mu bie mu so obi apply. Nti na party o tie say party faithful say ka say ya ma mu protocol. Want to say MPC bi mu ka say ya ma mu slot. Nti no abai ne say ye promise reset free and fair. It's the Ghana Libya apply, yes, because of the level of unemployment. Intino Ghana for no, and who say ye be police no, obia di America. The first time for the past 8 years, we be application publicly. Omoton forms I'll be me akotobi. The first time for the past 8-9 years. The security service say ye open application. Inti eba ni sano unemployed nko food ye America ene be kwakoye de ebe kwakoto obi won mu a police ni nya ne calling but isan so onye dwuma ye nti e kom nti no e wo so ope bebi no onya bibi to whole body eno ena honorable Johnson Asiedu enkomodi die mu no oka se epina eto form no ekejuma e wo man ni mu anka mo nto form no enko se amkwako pe police bebrena nanka ebia wako waye accounting obi wonu mu a waye engineering waye we kosua bibia nanka ejuma awo man ni mu a nanka saa ni pakro no on a normal daily onko police dachi se ejuma wo man Ghana mu a na ofa ni pa 10 wan hwe ni ya unya ba ko obeka so obeko police won na nti ma me fa man no si iti sansema minu ebe my eken far-fetched is thinking below the belt so be attribute say we be make a statement no into no or jabi Ghanaians no as a matter of fact oni Ghana for edi nkomo ye ka che omo say even ono ankasa kasa obetu anamon any minister ni president akasa no ma hwe de omaye just yesterday one who news no say president say omo increase number no by 2 every year bia omunyere 10,000. This is leadership, strategic leadership. This is governance for the people. This is government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
For the purposes of time, presidential travels.
Yeah.
Akwako fan sembe bre na ediaba ama se kasaba ya se obekoko kuntromo obedi na chi akokun no kwa ya ase no obafia bedware sasa
de manemfa na musu
manemfa na musu enkrofo bi su kire se ohwe oman mu ayeti ya sebi e ka meni ye ndada nti ni se ye sa gbo ka bebere enti se usoro na se wonu aka e wo ho na obetofu e de egum de atokwan na de aba ebra wonu ya rent car ne emfa ma wa eye se ubeko abontisu ni ho no akwa rent na afi no de kafufro e de abro. The scenario is by President Mahama using Nibra the jet no, for official purposes. Omama yati say it is benevolent and not the Omano incurring any cost.
Yeah, that is true. But is it that you better na kasa home? And baby, don't we think say maybe those who are listening to us maybe omonim chanyana? Yeah, Tiano. You may try and pro and man for you to go to the route by saying say for the past 8 and 9 years, this is the first time Ghana has here. Your friend is saying, yeah, open up recruitment when it comes to the security service. Why are you so a liar like that? We are not. Yes, that's it. We are not in a country that we don't keep records. Me, I know someone. 20 around the first 4 years of MPP.
It was first opened in
Meba
2017.
The first 4 years of MPP, and now because so jani, oh Mariam, or need any connection with any politician, or apply online, and then because so jani. I know a number of people are more apply through that. So I catch myself for the past 8 years, for the past 9 years, I felt I have inspiration visa. Then master, why so? You see, we are not. You guys, you should know that you are not in a position.
You just
master, keep quiet. You are not in a position. Therefore, ubetra anoma. And may try and try to say that you want to defend or you want to find a way to the power. But second, he also mentioned
that the application form was open in 2017. And it was open in 2024.
And the second one, he mentioned about resources. Say the state and I say government, you know, the government is not ready or does not have the resources to even pay them. And no idea some can monkey no quench Ghana for. Now what be there to what himself needs resources no. And what be there to over 500,000 I apply. This is not wickedness. Even though wickedness there is what? There is scam. Until that Bema Mr. Ubetra Hanuma, don't just speak as if we don't keep records in this country. There has been several times I open up a month for apply and I have people who have applied and got into the security service. That's it. You see, there is a reason why you afraid the president, the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Force. And immediately, Sebi. So we nipa hunu bi krampo keke man bia mu a. Se Ghana for anasa o man no nya to about the mount say we are president that it changes your status. Kwanya na ofa so ye onoma no esesa. In terms of personal security, your minor said here, say, you provide the amount. To the extent, say, a general be declaring a responsibility, say, you share amount. Huh? So, we are man penina. On minor and my tax. It's because you did say you are the first gentleman of the state. Therefore, as a very sound man. Now, what do you do, Juma? We're going to or traveling. Nina Eda or minus. And into the most important aspect, they say, we have voted for you and we have signed what we call social contract. Therefore, at the end of the day, we are anticipating say do all the ministries, you know, all the security, and you be an himself be a man, you made the being high. So who took Kwanya with safety a your man power. That's it. Say, oh, your mind, Penina, the baby be able to quine. And on my Ghana, ye can say, ye were private jetter on mine, a yusu. You need state jet. Your state jetter, ye yusu. Safa kono. And there have been several occasions within MPP time. MDC Fuan Kasankasa, Sami Jemfi, foreign minister. They have all made claims saying, say, yeah, fuck on, there more day because it was 3 engines. Even so, no, we at watch because 2 engine back at the end of the day, no, a bedding back a 2 meter as sustain. And these were some of the claims that were made. Now, as a president, you've come into the state. Esan say, Uber use your jet, no, Usi won't use. You now want to go and use jetta, obradia.
Okay, say own use.
And that's now, that's it. Where the nobody is, country woo. I don't know, own use. So, own use. When was the last time the president used the state jet?
The president used the state jet in 2025, somewhere in. He used it in April. Because as at the time when mobile, in fact, the last time the former minister for defense Kasai, I think that was in February. What say yes, the Falcon was in good state. And my president, credit to Tanzania near to within the African countries or the baby. And so as at that time, the Falcon was fit to move until the president used it. It was subsequently in a call, you see a call France. For almost Yes.
That's it. You see, the security of every president, here. Even say when you use Krampa, the question is, I didn't think I won't use. How long in an alcohol as the ember back? For how long now?
Oh, but a back,
a buy, I didn't still own you.
Now who report me?
Mister, I didn't know you. I dare acquire the yaba, I know you. That's it, you see. Jembesa what I said, the president has decided not to use, the presidential jet. Not jet ever year, but in a buy 2010 a buy. Maybe you're turn brand new, and yes, the home used to be brand new jet. But that's it, you see. The security of the president is very paramount. So what I say, and based on that, private jets now, or you see at the moment, the question is who is in charge of that jet? And then the idea I say, bisa home. Why who is the pilot to that event? Is a private jet? Is it that say president took a state pilot and I say Bia from aviation, Ghana's aviation, and I take in charge? And now say Bia, the president
forces that is.
But actually. Jets and Ghana deal.
And I'm saying that if the president is traveling,
yes, as I said,
brothers' jets, it is the Ghana armed forces that take charge.
Even if I want to take in charge, at the end of the day, who is taking care of that jet? You the same for a security aspect, a Ghana army and an armed force, and taking in charge of it. And I say Mr. Ibrahim Mahaman also needs the personal security and taking in charge of it. So that I say, how many people even get access to it? Before I ever call on the plane, the way I want to say a very technical issue. So who call one trip bar? As I say, yes, service no. I see checking in now. Who are those checking that? Does it lie on the state to do that? And I say, Mr. Ibrahim Mama, I want a personal technicians that do that. So technicians, I want to say these are things that we have to talk about it. And you say ABA President it should be the area of issue of discussion. But at the end of the security aspect, President any idea here. So you have to consider all these things and then you make a final conclusion. But the question is, why is it that the president cannot use it? And I'm still asking and not asking. I don't use because of maybe what they have found. But at times, I don't have any issue. Say, if you are able to provide security for it, or we have identified there are issues about it, then no problem. But this is the main issue.
I don't also think
and it happened MPP time.
That stated that the plane has security issues for future. President could use it will be a problem.
Madachi, these are questions that have opened up. Let's have a discussion about it. Do you have any evidence of that sort? Or service? You don't know. You don't have information about all these things. Others say, even if say you pakeno, on a private area, at the end of the day, unim say be a wait me after bibi, or wait me because ujuma pa not important. That's how we are sitting here. So before any asset, but if a belong to the state, it is very difficult for ordinary person to get access to it. So that's a security aspect. But actually, there is one aspect of it, integrity. You see, when you are president of a state, the way you manage and the way you sign contract, you give contract, and then you even assign certain project to every individual count. Now, the issue of integrity comes to play. How the president, as we are speaking, he will be honest and be able to stay by principle.
Principle as in what?
That's it. Se unuya ankasa ewo private jet. No akọ na so. Na se wakọ sere private jet no. Na o de tu kwan a. That's it. Otina bi se unuya no so ba wo nchen se man contract o man ni mu a. Ubetimi ahwenya me no akasa oba reject no.
So let us put this in wait. Let's put this in perspective. It is just like what Dr. Callistus Mahama wrote. That if you are looking for a conflict of interest, you may not find one. Why? But the perception of conflict of interest exists, which he admits, and that is what you are also saying. So that is the perception. Say, on this ground, there's a likeliness of conflict of interest.
That is.
But you cannot lay your hands on an evidence of conflict of interest.
That's it. Every businessman, works on what we call cost benefit analysis. And among be a businessman be to be he's looking at the future implication of it. Now, so kaya ye wo ma we mu ha. And I ote say ye sign contract ama ye friend saying Ibrahim ama omayim into the mining sector. Me wa. The mining sector my we must say. Yeah man concession I go back issue raise a lot of issue. My me wa. Ni e ba ye last month and even not up to a month and I got a brand new jet.
Oh, are you talking about the current one? The current one is not GOG.
I mean,
if you are talking about the engineering box side, then we can be having a conversation. But when it comes to the Azuma, these are private people.
Don't worry. Maybe actually no. That's it. Oba ya na to plane. Ena ne Brazil say they own you the no or mine the no. Plane enya shoe.
Plane we. None of that is old one.
None of that is old one.
The old one.
And that's why we started complaining. And why? That you see, we have to situate the discussion as Ghanaians. So what I say? Now having a plain discussion. The president is afraid to use the jet. What we identified during the MPP era. Because who say private jet no, a state jet no, issues.
The argument.
And then at the end of the day, no, say a solve issue no.
The argument.
I'm accepted that.
But no,
and at the end of the day, now you see that the same thing has come up to bite them.
All of us as people.
Yeah.
Even under the MPP, you did a mistake. As at the time, I'm not here complaining of the president renting a jet. The same jet are not here complaining it was not fit for purpose. It was given to Upon Ria to travel with. And then the president went with a chartered jet. When it happens that way, people will complain.
That's it. So if NDC phone complaining by then, if and then then they should use it. They cannot use it because they have identified certain issues about it. And I make us say these are issues that we can all see. Say yes, the national jet no it was problem. Therefore, but they are afraid to come out and say it was issue. And now why? I don't know how person go find me at the SRD no.
Roger.
Yeah, that's it. Medasi. Yeah, now me expect an academic pure discussion with my brother because we're a scholar. Now, in same politics now you're an why? In Sinebeya be white when it's white, be red when it's red. That's it. A year the presidential travel no. Yes. Private jets now. A year His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama. 82 kwano. The questions that are ngofu raising with regard to security. A year in the right sense. You get me? Why do I say this? I say this because as a state and I say as a country, your president a core mandate of the security service to give him the protection, the necessary arrangement to make sure president is always secured. Now, the question is, the president aiding a brother a jet a two kwano, the military operatives and take charge now. If yes, I'm gonna take charge. Then the issue of the security and the protocols will be well handled as a state because any brother never instructed.
But why would that become a case when that is his brother? Do you think the state love his brother more than himself?
That is, I'm going there. It's Yami per se yet say. Despite the fact say the flights the brother there and go for war the view say a wrong say the betu kwano. Let's know say the brother and also I will laugh for the brother uncompromising the security of the brother. What I say? You get me? Even so mine say on mine I want own flight. Na say nimpa bako our flight na so engaged by the state to protect the president. That person cannot love the president more than the brother or love him. What I say? Into the aye can say, the answer the American say. Yes, and the brother we know the two coin. Ngofu with their own opinion, especially with regards to the security and the protocols. But the American and they say the brother is nowhere in the position to compromise the president's security. Or compromising security now, at the end of the day, it will still affect him himself. He will not do that. And as a matter of fact,
why is the president using his brother's flight?
No, that's
the first question.
The president has the view of protecting the public purse. He has a very high interest in making sure say he does not overspend. And as a matter of fact, because say you can rent a jetta, ebe cost so much. And then looking at the distance, I don't know. Say, me you wako South Korea da, me mako South Korea. Da. Me was South Korea. What you say? Now, the distance from Hasey to South Korea non-stop cry is about 23 hours. From her to South Korea. Now, say, you better say, obefa commercial planes are. When the way a president edu baby a stop it. Now, protocols. Near there, to me and go through all those hurdles, those security challenges, no? A very tedious. Now, say, kasa ye plane, no, so na ebe usual. Looking at the distance, no, plane no to me cover that distance. Looking at the current state of the aircraft, as a matter of fact, aircraft, no, ewa hasi Falcon, no, ewa ha, Vice President cry Yuzu recently. What I say? But right now, it is not fit for purpose. Okay, distance now.
You cannot cover that long distance.
That long distance. No say, you say, ne brother ever flight, and ne brother say, okay, me flight we no, president to bet me use. Adentina, bakona ne brother, esi enfanya ambulance. Na adentina manye demonstration say yempe. Bakona osi omufanya emergency ambulance no. First jet now, or they check Ghana no. Adentina mo nka say yempe. Kasa mitie. Adeti ena yanka say yempe, but the aye can say enye wrong say that oti ya say o maybe Kumasi for a program. Now obra ewo G-Wagon and Land Cruiser si ho. Now wa unim say uni car o de beko and now car wo no saloon car engine no issue wo. Now was say otiska e ko rent Toyota Land Cruiser e de ko. Now obra car si ho no mo.
Is this one not simplifying the issue?
Is that?
Are you not simplifying the issue?
That's what I'm doing. I'm giving you a simple analogy.
But I'm saying that the situation at hand
is not just simple as
you are reducing the issues to
no. I'm using that in relation to you getting your brother's thing to reduce cost. Apart from when you say a lot of factors are coming into play. For instance, airborne as a country. Who rent international flighter? How much charge per hours? You know that. Apart from they charging per hours, no, more full control over the flight.
Yeah, that's right.
More full control over the flight, no. Still, if there will be security breaches, there will be, because you don't own the flight. If this device are boom, so I'm over me where I'm over me and tracking conversations, more discussions elsewhere. They can still do that, you know that. But with his brother's jet, say omo checks no jet no woman Ghana mu haya. Ghana military eko checks no before president be no. There are people who go and do checks. Even so be use passenger flight crowd, on check it. Or be use rented flight crowd, on check it. Is that not the case? So what is the difference here? Yes. And the brother there, the only thing issue of concern is say, sir, perception and speculation with regards to conflict of interest. But as it stands, there is no traces of conflict of interest.
Yes, but the fact that there is no, you cannot lay your hands on an evidence of conflict of interest.
Yeah.
It is the perception of conflict. If you look at the definition when you go to Strach, you look at how they define conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Even perception is also part of it.
Yeah, you see, perceptions are just like opinion, and opinions are like noses. They are entitled to their opinions and perceptions. But as it stands, are we saying because the president has used his brother's private jets, it is meant to induce decisions in his interest?
But
no.
Let me put
before
you,
we can.
let me put you to this.
Okay.
When you have a company.
Yeah.
You have a company. And you bid for a contract.
Yeah.
Say you mining.
Yeah.
Now we have Ibrahim also bidding for that contract.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, say, when it comes to equipment wise, the guy is strong to do the work.
Yeah.
Yen nyina yakọ bede.
Yeah.
Bidding for that contract, na say Ibrahim Enya.
Yeah.
Me and men nyasa contract. No?
Yeah.
I am likely to think that because the president Eyusu Nijet and minister now we are in charge of lands and natural resources, so president and appointed him. I am likely to think that he has been favored because president Eyusu Nijet. Will I not be right to think in that aspect?
No, that's why I said perception. Every individual is entitled to his own perception. But the issue is, look at the technicalities of the issue. If the contract the person came to bid, he has all the requirements, he has met the standards. Does he qualify for it? If the answer is yes, there's nothing like conflict of interest.
I'm asking you,
No.
you don't you think that you also bidding for that contract? Now you are also qualified.
Let me tell you, it's a natural phenomenon that if someone loses a contract bidding, even if there are no political interference, that person is likely to think that he has been shortchanged, even with a normal competition, or a normal contest, because people would have the view that they have performed beyond expectations, and because of the nature of that psychological nature of entitlement, they will feel they have been shortchanged. However, I am not saying that people cannot hold that opinion. As a matter of fact, we are developing a country, we are building a country, and regularly laws are being formulated. So if this is the notion or this is the view, what I will be looking at is that, okay, minority should come onto the floor of parliament and suggest that going forward, there should be a law that should state that when you are a president, your relatives or immediate relatives cannot bid or tender for government projects. Are you getting me? Because we are building a society, and you see, law or with constitutional provisions, we have to evolve. We make laws to prevent certain things. So noticing this conflict of interest or perception or perceived conflict of interest, what would be the way forward for future events? Because as this has happened and there's no law that implicates, or there's no law that would make them will hold the president or his brother to, with regards to this incident, going forward, what are we doing? What are we saying? But nobody on earth who breathes and is living with blood running to his vein will go and rent a car whilst they have a car parked home for an event.
You see, let's get this clear. Perceptions are not just an opinion.
Because of
just 1 minute.
So we are starting at 46, so we are taking our second topic.
Okay, so I'll just you see, Dachi, perceptions are not just an opinion. Okay, let's understand that when people are thinking about something, then perception corruption index. Can you find perception corruption index? Because the corruption being here, so perceptions are not just a mere speculations. They are things that can happen and happens on the ground. Now, the analogy or the example that you said, very fantastic. Example. Imagine, say a contract is before three businessmen, and then they all qualify. They are on the same ground in terms of logistics, in terms of everything. Do you think, say, President Nbechusu will be over the brother?
No,
there's no way. Even if they are the same level, no, there's no way.
Even if
let's get it that clear.
Even if the president brother wins the contract genuinely,
exactly,
without any interference from the brother at all,
that is what we are talking about.
To think
exactly
that something
so
like that
there are certain things when you are doing, it's not that maybe it's because of your party until you want to defend everything. Now, the argument has been that the brother loves the president more than the state. Big man, you see, when you get at times when we are trying to analyze certain things, we have to go beyond just the normal African family issue. That's it. Go and read the book of Genesis. You know the story of Cain and Abel. They were brothers together, but at the end of the day, it didn't happen here. Me can't say Ebi Mr. Ibrahim Mama or you be a Sebi or Yenny Papa. You be a Yenny Papa or Boa Ghana for Yenya. But we shouldn't make that argument because of why the brother and you know. But we are talking about a machine or Bibetimanya access to it because it doesn't belong to the state. And no, a bit maybe security implication. And then let's get this one clear. Say the president is doing so just to protect the public purse. my God. Every year, there is a budget that goes to the presidency that covers the president traveling and everything. So I ask you, because of the president is using that jet of the brother, does it mean now those monies are going to be given to the state? Or is it that there's a contract between Mr. Mahama and then the presidency, so that those money that could have been used for the traveling, it will go to him?
The presidential travel,
if
you are budgeting on the presidential travel, is the budget on rental, or the budget is on ABI using the Falcon? If the budget is on rental, it is different. If the budget is on using the Falcon, then the Falcon, when you are using it, a normal also spend fuel, maintenance.
Anytime I say, if there is a contract between the presidency and then Mr. Mahama, then the NDC government should come out clearly. Come and explain to us, because these are questions that comes to mind.
But do you know that the presidential travels of the president, that travel now, as part of the seat of government,
expenditure.
It is not on the flight near there, because the flight is owned by the Ghana Forces, and so that budget of the flight, fuel in near there, they sit with the defense ministry.
So that's what makes us say expenditure. You saw man say him say maybe all this expenditure will go to the man. Let's get it Sebibia, because so that is how the issue, you have to look at it.
The second issue.
That's the second issue. You see, I wasn't happy. Abra Abra me who this story.
I'm in charge of the time.
And that's I was so sad. And I don't ascribe to the youth now, you know. No matter how we go from party, no, I don't think you have to go all the way around to do that. Say Bia Marco just so your friend is saying what office class is it? National Health Insurance Authority. Marco say honum. Marco bobo getting some manager and enko hobby. But that's it, we will see more of this. We can it
happens in all the true political parties.
By the end of this year, we will see countless of these actions, which might even go rowdy more than this one that we have seen. I'm not being a prophet of doom, but it is because of the action of the NDC. You cannot use the youth as a tool to gain power. After getting power, no more you mama.
Was that the same thing that you did?
That's it. You see, these are certain things that is happening, and this one that you are aware. Even on social media, these grassroots, they are complaining about how the NDC is treating them. That's very, very important. Near happening within the NDC are you to know as original manaso, and then they are demonstrating and destroying state property because of two things. One, it is the issue of failed promise, and then second, the issue of fake promise. These two variables are the most things that is happening there. And when do you want I take your mobile in there. That's it. You see, most of the MPP, including NDC, the grassroots, majority of them, they didn't get opportunity to go to school and I received formal education. But when the NDC was campaigning, moving from village to villages, community to community, they move along with these people and promise them when they come to power, and these people trusted them. And then at the end of the day, when they came to power, and you man and these are things that is happening within the NDC grassroots. Now, that's it. A fake promise is because those a school and our formal education, who say NDC are promising and this promise, or this policy, we don't need someone who has attained educational, background before beating me. I am back on this particular policy. Promise, I promise someone say you buy be a party from Mobia. At the end of the day, a buy. You go quite a nipa be in your temper. Go to Tissimu, Kuncha. twa kwa na o twa na ho saa etisi omo na chi emu 5 awu aka 10 aka 5 pe and these are the issues that is happening there. So policy now omo dey promise omo no a fairly just an empty promise omo dey mom. Second one, that is the fake promise. Hey, one of the things that can always win the heart of Ghanaians, the youth, specifically, is about promising so about one more and you mama. And Rambunu or more NDC Muni now, they were expecting at the end of the day the party will provide just for them. And idea and ma NDC for every youth, you know, the policy of 24-hour economy. But this policy that is a fake promise, because this policy is not achievable to the extent that if you want to embark on 24-hour economy, it emerges naturally. You don't intentionally plan to do it. No, that's happened that way. We don't have any policy called 24-hour economy. It's driven by demand and supply. So when the demand arises, automatically it forces, those who have to supply. For example, if Sawo Chakia a new plan, people have realized say every weekend be at the honum, but who a month from a weekend do a moko a yoke masi a bimoko tichimane other communities. And based on that, a month from who say a do some pensona nipa honum and Jamiso the Menkoton a pastries, biscuits, in honum, meba. That and so when you go to these areas, you will see 24-hour economy running there. So it is demand and supply driven. But at the end of the day, so as a political party who opposition now promises say, oh, when I come, I'm going to provide one job, 3 shifts for the people. That is how they'll support you. And then at the end of the day, that's it. They make us say the youth of this country, and he said, in fact, NDC I don't hear more, and there's no doubt about that. That's the reason why youth no yes are doing. Yes, sir. No matter what, no more some way demonstrations, but no friends ensure entry up. Nyankopon ya adom na 2028 year 2 aba yem pam sanko from vrion because the NDC now we are coming to bring a different policy that will help the unemployed. Yen ko say bia yeba committee ya ni say bia wa nya akwanya anko formal education. Don't worry, it will come. Wa nya akwanya anko formal education now. There are certain projects. Any programs are be so that the youth in this country will get job in the future.
In fact, Obisi Mimisa was Sankasi Dunketiana President Anka Ibrahim Mahaman Kodini private jet Bemanana.
Oh, you see, relationships also determine the situation that will be at hand and our decision on Beteki. Obi Wakasi Honmo, Nipakono Bisa question. O tu kwa na okọ baby anase o hie ska no ani brother bi anase obi na damfo bi ana obi e wo ska dadem o de manana there be but only obi was some relationship bi a ohun se wo hie ade we anase wo yese a ono kura de ere e de be ma without you even asking into no also ohun se it's about relationship or networking or connections what you say into no more worry say I said didn't get here and president ebia satan na mekra me obi me be ma no
yenko Moncrofo na ko lock office no e wo adwuso
in
fact me transfer me need this in because o jitum so oni e be kasa afi e friend na onfa
ebia na wa engaged na
osuro
ebia wa engaged but the issue ni say yes my video ni bi say ngofo no akọ yere akọ lock party your friend is saying NHIS office right office or no and o finding out the reason is say nimbakwa mo ne ba importem ho no ngofo ne say omo ntumi ne nye den enye ejuma
ngofo ben
ngofo ekromo
NDC for kan we dey meboa misro meboa
me nya be ma otina afidie isu kasisi ya say
meboa
otina afidie isu kasisi ya say ngofo no nka omo ntu omo yem na se mo 2028 mu be wini abeden so mo nyam ngofo a nka dey na wo kasa asem
we
come na kasa che
master master who be say
question me be
you are asking me a question
keep quiet
and I have to answer it because
keep quiet and listen
this is a story
keep quiet and listen
the story
keep quiet
so just say
yeah now what's na hase akase nkofo no mo nka mo butu mo
you see
will you keep quiet
that's this one
will you keep quiet
that's you have to concentrate
o say omunka omakuma ntomo na MPP
ba e be pay nyuma mo
so you see so when you make the, wait when you make such statement you open the room for people
no that's
your time is up.
I'll be surprised if you are taking on that right.
No, I'm saying that
maybe I make a free be do here that you have to get this
make that statement.
Oh, that's this one dear.
People can infer
the context of the issue is very important.
You sat here you sat here and made an allegation against Asedu Ketia. You sat here and made an allegation against Asedu Ketia without listening to the full you sat here
and mebunu nka omakuma ntomo ye because NDC a failure one.
Yeah. Because I'm
so he can also infer say then in mebunu no MPP.
No. You get it wrong. Because why? Ask me let me explain.
It's like that. You have to know this.
I'll give you a time.
Listen. You sat here and made a statement against Asedu Ketia here without listening to the full tape.
Let's go.
Wait. Let me deal with you, please. Keep quiet and let me deal with you.
Okay, you continue.
Now, you have sat on this platform and you've made it clear, say, because a promise I am on was a failed promise. Enti na mebunu na ohono no apeja omumu akoloki we no na mom sam mebunu no omum to omubu ase because more MPP for more back 2028 to come and give them jobs. Inferring say omu MPP before they could this age man.
Look at this.
Are you getting me? Master, keep quiet and let me deal with you. Will you keep quiet?
You finish.
If you can't keep quiet, walk out.
You finish.
Now. That's a hini. Asemi here, what to say? A government nama directive into investigating the issue, knowing the people are omoyesa, and the reason why to move on a page of mumu say omompene, say omoni asimesi ana nimpakroya omodinaba. It's not wrong to protest, is it? No. Na say nkofuna mo on say asimesi yempenu we yekuro mu ha. Yempese eni ni bedi nkita hu bi. Ana say eni bedi eni ni benya bibia eya. What audacity ena yen yewo say e be force on them.
So one of the questions you need to ask yourself is every community have leadership.
Yes.
Omu MP. Wait,
yes.
Omu MP.
Yeah.
They have a DC.
Yeah.
They have opinion leaders.
Yeah.
These opinion leaders, no one so be a kasese sankrofo we nipa asumesi yempese eni be eduma.
Oh, minti say opinion leaders no. Enkasa akasa minti bibiasa.
Can we be sincerely?
Yeah.
Condemn
No. With the action. No. With the action is condemned. With the action, it is condemned. That's why I'm telling you, say, we have constituted an investigation into the subject matter. What you say? And you know, when it comes to the NDC, the rule of law is something we don't joke with. Yet your mind I'm called courtroom. I was Shanti region. I got trained judge open for as he was from Sesebio. Those days I used to na yedi bongris. As she we ask na ye no bit so. Omo trained judge ni e form to say they are Sebio omo trained tire form e didi agro. Then omo dey omo. Omo anyo mu foko. But check ayen time. Check electoral. No. I'm just giving you an example head to head on comparison. Here I also your friend is saying me say electoral violence ekọ so e wo do me kwabenya has here recently yamfa asem no angina mranim nkofo na omo yes ano we no arrested we no put or arranged before court we did yen NDC you make sure say oni mbrane nya mbrane no so ne wo bedi mbrane no di wie na after that we be all mo a na yakwa koyere akoka ho asem but as it stands now oman ama directive president ama directive say omonko hwe dia ema sa mente me ho ase ebaaye ena nkofo a omodi anim sukodi sa nyamna asem no omombra mbe yi nsem ayere ano but me concern is say grassroots no ama omumu so a what is the cause me believe in what we call the theory of the first cause eno na nyimtuni bi say fiada sorry amani musu a na kakuso na sorry susum eni ho are you getting it enti no denti na ebe ma obi the audacity say obe pejani mu say oni on tenase ema bibi enye den enko the direction a echo. Yes, opinion leaders kasaye, but the grassroots and anko form war base in the community no. Omona every service directly affect or impact. What you say? It no say ebia opinion leaders no are not listening to them. Enti na almost stage that protest. Omo anya ni ye. Ye di omo anya ni ye and omo anya ne kwan so. But as stands now yenim so omkoji police protection and bibi that is what I'm saying. People can write for a lawful demonstration, but at the end of the day they will go beyond their boundaries. But I don't you know that
I don't think that this was
you know
a
that
demonstration.
A protest. No, but see, one person bet me lead protest. One person bet me protest. You know that. Even a single person can protest.
I'm not saying a single person.
Yes, and then is this more than a person, an individual?
You see, when the MPP signed, when they made the appointment from national security, guy who were formed from the staircase, we all condemn and say
no, we've condemned it. So that's what I'm telling you.
This one,
there are differences between the two governments.
You see, when a 2-year party,
we
try to, as a person, a massage West, it's the MPP, a do more the we condemn it, and massage, NDC, and we have condemned the action already.
As a matter of fact, you say, President say, the people. No.
Those boys in question. By this time, there should be an arrest.
No, that's why.
Because you see, they've state property.
No, they've already issued a thing to arrest them. I've told you. Almost arrest you.
We've not even.
Arrest you. They have given them.
And they say difference.
No, but Dachi, that been assembly here.
Assembly
Endra. But who say ni pakwa we kodi boni no o di wie no on kwatena faako say Endra meche no. Uti e we di boni abesa tena ha ya say we di boni no o twa mo mra ende wo akukudro. Enti no nkofo no a mo di zanyam na asem no they are also on a run. But one thing person you say and say the most important thing is say aban as say yen for omo enye hwehwemu na asem no bibia wo say yede to no yede to enti no say aban ensa ka omo a emra no so ni omo bedi pepepe
me da say
ansa na yewi a yakoye we but ya o kan ye no omo ye mp before
me da
say
that claim that say boys na MPP for no and that in the madi ho yaw to be frank why should you sit down and watch him to lie say as far me kind no then it's creating a vacuum for him to debate out of there. He's debating from nothing. The issue is that they may start here.
Wait.
When I made the analogy,
do you tell somebody on the line to debate?
Oh no, that's what I understand.
Person can make any inference from your comments.
From that, no problem.
So
but you have to direct him. I hope you understand. Well, who now moderator
if the person is making an inference out of the commentary you
that's
it. How do you stop that person?
The story that you even gave us.
Yes.
Ukuma, it was clear. Reporter no one mentioned say omoye NDC for supporters.
Yes.
It is there.
Yes.
If at the end of the day the person is saying something of this sort, then and the way he analyzed the thing now, to be frank, it's very weak. You don't make analogy from that context. After making all the claims, you make sure say NDC for supporters now mo yes ade no. Sa youth no. Omo come to mo because the reason why they said they have failed them. That's the reason why it's almost a demonstration. But MPP bar, that was what and it's very good to calm the youth down.
Fantastic.
Than try to even inculcate anger in their heart.
I ask you the simple question because you have said what did you
yeah.
I ask you the simple question. In the story says they are NDC.
Yeah, exactly.
You the MPP man says NDC for no mun come kuma tumu yem.
Exactly.
The another NDC man is reading an inference to that and say, when you were from MPP. How do you want me to stop that person?
Catch say, stop the company NDC for. But no worry, that's second. What business was he?
30 seconds. Yeah,
what were your parents? Who are the cause of? What are the cause of the action of Nkofona? What are the costs?
What's the cost?
Then what are the cause of what they are doing?
Yes.
Nti wo bisa say what are the causes? You see, no. O bisa say the cause of the action. Yes. Touching. He doesn't need anybody from the party to tell you, or don't need a security personnel to tell you what the cause. Cause
of action here then.
First, I've said it here, I've mentioned it when I was arguing. I said first, fake promises they gave to the people.
The fake promises.
Second, the fake promises they gave them. So what I say? So what promise will be say then the then what do you think for the person who did it later?
Me time now so.
The answer is just two.
Ma me fa NC